Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, folks. I hope you're all doing well. This is a video I'm making for Jerry Parker. He watched my old video on my clay marbles, extras found in the ground. And what I mean by extras is sometimes when you dig a hole in the ground to dig up a ferrous or non-ferrous target, you'll find a marble or a bottle or a clay pipe or something that's not made of metal. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but here's a selection of my clay marbles I've found thus far in the last 10 years. That's probably the best looking one, that one, and this one here. Most round and colorful. And this one here, it looks like a kid colored it. A little bit of crown or something. That's cool. Big old clay shooter. And you got some marbles that they made out of crockery. And they glazed them in the same thing they would a big old crock back in the day. And that's a Pownal mark from where it was leaning against another marble when it baked. So there's all the clay marbles. And then also, we have stuff like this that we find that are really old too. These are called Bennington marbles. That's a Pownal mark. Let me turn on another overhead light, see if it helps some. Right. And here's a baby Bennington marble. That's the tiniest Bennington marble I've ever found. I don't know many people that's found some like that. Let's see, what else can I get here? Here's another brown Bennington marble. Love the coloring on these things. They're so beautiful. Here's a blue one. You don't find the blue Benningtons too much. And then there's some the German swirl marbles, but they're all banged up. None of them's in real good shape. Green glass bead, a couple other little beads. That purple one, I believe, came off a rosary. Just what it reminds me of. Yeah. Find all kinds of cool stuff in the ground. That's a great thing about metal detecting, guys. You never know what you're going to dig up next. But yeah, isn't that baby Bennington cool? That's probably the smallest Bennington marble I've ever seen in my life. Alright. Since we was talking about clay pipes, I can show you some of these. Some of these I've found, some my wife found. These date from the early 1800s to the early 1800s to the early 1900s. You can find molds for them. They're called a reed stem clay pipe. And they're used for everything from settlers smoking in them to trade with Native Americans and the Chinese. Pretty cool little piece of history. I've been fortunate enough to find 3 complete ones and probably a half dozen broken ones and shards of them and stuff. So, which I can show you a few of them. The last one I found, anyways, was a heartbreaker, as you can tell. It was laying on the ground like that. It was on the surface in the weeds. I couldn't believe it, but the side was broke out. Alright guys, well, there is my video on extras that you can find in the ground that are not made of metal. Hope you enjoyed. I believe I can post long form videos again, so you should be seeing a lot more videos from me. I'm actually going through display boxes today and fixing them up and doing a few different things. So you guys might get some videos on some of my favorite finds. Like this Great Seal button from the state of Ohio from the post-Civil War era. Alright, on to the next, guys.